Today we're going to review the process of re-slinging our 9K30 Kendall lay flat chaise. The tools needed for this process are going to be a 5/16 driver, a 3/8 driver, and a 7/16 driver. We're going to need a rubber mallet, some angle pliers, a flathead screwdriver, our telescope spreader bar, and some sling starters. So to start, while I'm in this position here on the floor, I'm going to take my flathead screwdriver and I'm going to remove all 4 of my seat rail caps. And then I'm going to set those aside. And from here, I'm going to move my chair up onto a non-marring surface so that I can take the tension off my sling. I'm just going to flip it upside down here. Now I'm going to go to my 5/16 driver, and I'm going to remove 2 of the 5/16 screws from this top spreader bar. Once I get those 2 5/16 out, I'll set those aside. Now I'm going to go to my 7/16 driver, and I'm going to slightly back out these 7/16 screws that are holding on the backrest of the chaise. I'm only backing these out about a 1/2 inch, and I'm leaving them in the frame of the chaise. Now I'm going to go to my 3/8 driver, and I'm going to go through, and in 8 locations, my chaise bed is fastened to my leg assembly. I'm going to back each one of these 3/8 fasteners out about a 1/2 inch, and I'm going to leave them in the leg assembly. Now, lastly, I'm going to go through with my 5/16 again, and I'm going to remove one side of these stretcher bars along the bottom. I'm going to remove the 5/16 from one side. I'm going to completely remove these from all 4. And I can set those fasteners aside. Now I'm going to grab my telescope spreader tool. I'm going to place it here, seat rail to seat rail in close proximity to my spreader. And I'm just going to take this spreader bar out of the seat rail extrusion just to take my sling off tension. Then I'm going to do the same up here on the chaise back. Now, once we've done that, we've completely removed all the tension from the chaise sling. Now our sling is completely loose in our seat rails, and it can easily be manipulated. So I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to slide this existing sling out. I'll start with the chaise bed. Now I'm going to insert my telescope sling starters into my seat rail. This is just going to help the sling to easily slide in the end of the aluminum extrusion without getting hung up. Now I'm ready to grab my replacement sling. We always want to take note of the product label, make sure that that's oriented properly to ensure that we install our sling correctly. And then I'm just going to take it, I'm going to start it into my starters here. Then evenly, we can come right up through and slide that sling into place. Now you can see I've still got some threads exposed here, some bolt exposed here. If I can bring these seat rails in closer to each other. That's going to help take the tension off this sling and help it to slide way easier. It really shouldn't be difficult if you've correctly removed the tension from the sling. So once I get that up all the way to the seat rail caps on this end, I can pop my sling starters off. Now this is where our angle cutters come into play. Any excess dowel, we're going to take our angle cutters, so we're going to trim that dowel off. And then we can go ahead and we can replace our seat rail caps on this end. Now we can go ahead and we can move to the back. The existing sling will slide right out for us. We can take our sling starters, place those into the end of our extrusion. We get our replacement. Slide that all the way down. You make contact with the caps on the bottom of the back. We can remove our sling starters. Back to our angle cutters here to remove the excess dowel. Then we can go ahead and replace our seat rail caps on the top. Okay, so now our replacement sling is in place. We're ready to go ahead and put the sling back under tension. So I'm going to take the chaise and I'm going to move it back up onto my work table here, a non-marring surface. I'm just going to work those same steps backwards that I did before. So I'm going to start with my 3/8 driver. I'm going to go through first to help tighten this sling up. And I'm just going to run all 8 of my 3/8 fasteners all the way in. While we're right here and we're refastening the seat rails to the leg assembly, I'll switch back to my 7/16, and I'll go ahead and I'll cinch these 2 up as well. Now I'm ready to go back to my spreader bar, and I'm ready to replace my stretcher bars here with the 5/16 fastener. So I'm going to place my spreader bar in close proximity to the stretcher. I'm going to spread. I'm going to line up my hole. And that'll stay right in place. That should stay right in place for me under tension. And this is going to be our 5/16 driver. I'm going to come right down the line and replace all 4 of these. Then our final step is going to be replacing our top notch bar here, or our top spreader bar. And again, these are our 5/16. Now our sling is back under tension. All the parts have been replaced. That's going to complete the process of re-slinging our 9K30 Kendall Chaise.